pagkaingon ko nga pagkakita na ko una nga makaya pa ba kanin ako.
Dili nimo ma-control ang route. You can't control the roads, the weather, the elements. You can't control that. So having done that for like 7 days total riding, and for like 300 average distance, so it's kind of like in your system. It's very interesting because every day is a different journey.
So initially, I was also kind of concerned na energy level wise, kaya ba? You know, you're setting up camp, you're breaking camp, you're packing, and then you're riding through long stretches. But happy to say we were able to pull it off. So that was pretty cool.
When we arrived at the port of Manila, I think it was the worst time nga na-experience ko since we have to wait for pila ka oras para makuha na mo ang bike. Dili pag yun ingon nga maayo ang panahon since ang temperatures yun sa Manila was very hot.
Oo, yan. Para ano ba, ang init pa init.
So we get to Manila, and the first thing, of course, is through the metropolis. As we get out, we get into the expressway, so that's a challenge of its own because it has like RFID and all these exits. So we actually had a wrong exit the first time, and we had to go around and get to another exit. We went through SC Tex, which was so scenic. It was beautiful. Get to Mapanuepe and you go through lahar, right? And it was like the first entry to that, and you get into deep lahar, soft lahar. That was like a shock because, like, you know, your tire would like dig into the sand, and so that was nice. And it was really approaching evening, so we had to ride through lahar with no lights, and it was dark, you know, and we're trying to navigate it for the first time. Huh? We get to the lake, and it was dark, so I couldn't even see the lake.
Oh my gulay, bruh. It's so awesome.
The sunrise in Mapanuepe Lake. That was beautiful. Like, again, it was my first time to wake up after a very long time in a tent.
The next route nga giadto na mo was I was going to the Coto mines. I don't know kung daan pa ba to nga isakto since ang from mga 20 plus kilometers was made 27 kilometers was made of naagi na di lang makaingon siguro nga stones na apagi boulders gid gani ang gidakon gani.
Kira ka lan? Kira ka?
Because that was 27 kilometers of just rough, rocky road, you know? So I think that was the longest stretch of rocky road that I've been through. It's like a dried up river-ish kind of thing. So it's a challenge because it's really bumpy. It tests your bike. It tests the lashing on your bike. So we had a friend whose bag fell off because he was terrible at lashing. Anyway, we're riding through that, and that's gonna put a strain on your bike's bolts, your shocks, your endurance. You're standing most of the time so that you're able to like just not soak up all those bumps.
It's just you, the motorcycle, and the environment, the elements. So it's really more on the personal side because, you have to control, you have to be disciplined, you have to be careful all the time because you have to balance the bike.
Get to like Mountain Province, Benguet, Baguio, now you're dealing with cold. And so we were at Atok and we went up to Mount Olis and it was raining and it was fogging. And my gloves were soaked and we were driving around trying to find a place to stay for the night. And the wind's blowing against my hands and it froze up. I think the greatest emotion I felt was when we hit Batad terraces because I only read about these places in books. So I never thought I'd be able to visit it. Like visiting it in a car does not appeal to me. That's a really long drive. But because it was through a motorcycle, it was quicker. And we were finally there and you finally see it in person. You're like, wow, this is a bucket list that I didn't know was a bucket list. Because it's something that you should see. It's a pride of our nation, and to get there is quite challenging. And so when we were able to finally do it, I was like, wow, we made it. Like, cool.
For me, adventure is when you feel uncomfortable, when you feel scared.
Yes, meeting new people does make the trip more enjoyable for sure. You're able to, share with strangers, meet different people that you would otherwise never meet.
Adventure means not knowing on where to go, expecting nothing but a more fun and exciting journey.
It's easier to experience adventure. It's easier to experience new things that make you go, wow. Even mundane things that you would otherwise not really appreciate. Like if you're in a car or if you're just in the bus, all of a sudden you notice when you're in the bike. Because again, you're more connected with everything when you're riding through. So that's adventure.